What's going on, guys? I'm back again with the Gwynn guide today. I like to call her the final boss. She looks great. She's so fun to play. And I'm going to kind of break down how I build her and what I would do differently compared to other people. Maybe. Everyone's different. I'm going to preface this just like the last video. She is at Talent Tree 3. So if you don't like that, I'm sorry. It's the best I could do. Uh, it doesn't change how I build her and how I play her. So just going to lead into that. And also it doesn't change her damage rotations either. We're going to start off with the weapons just like with Estella. I run her signature concertos and I run a mythic shotgun. I don't like the way the mythic sidearms feel. And I personally don't think the raid shotgun is worth using unless you have the third catalyst. Just because that extra giving a dual loader I think gives pretty good quality of life. Without dual loader, I just don't think it's any good. So everyone kind of knows about what concertos do. If you don't, getting the cadenza stacks and transferring that damage buff to your shotgun is really nice. And Eternal Retribution, I believe in this slot, Karmic Reward is just end all be all, the best perk in this slot. I don't think there's really a debate. This is a slot that kind of leaves a lot of room for debate. I have line formation, and I also have a matching mod for it. I really like it. It's just nice. The increased fire rate, with the exotic mod, adding ammo to the mag from reserves, it can deal out a lot of damage very quickly. So, and you'll understand why my artifacts kind of go the way they do because of it's pretty much because of this perk and this shotgun. The other arguments are conjugation or dual loader. They're both good in their own regards. Conjugation is going to give you more overall damage per shot, and dual loader with the extra reload. I think dual loader is really good in content like Expanse where you are manually reloading often. But if you're not manually reloading and you're able to use your concerto stacks to reload your shotgun, I think line formation is the best way to go. If I had an exotic mod with a dual loader, I would use this one for Expanse. I don't, so I'm sticking with this guy. And so that's kind of where I'm at with her weapons. I hope that's simple enough. I would like to now get into her relic abilities. They're all maxed. Her Void Dance, we all know what that does. If you don't, you hit it, you spin, you look cool, you deal damage, and you pick up your Void Orbs around you. Some people don't know that. If you have Void Orbs on the floor and you use it, it will pick them up and fling them. So you don't have to run over them. If you have it, you can use it and you can swing them. You got her super and her warp as well. We'll get into her relics. This is where I think I might be a little different than some people. One of my relics is influenced by my talents or artifacts, and I'll explain that, and I'll explain what I would run in place of it. Slot 1, I run Resolute Conjunction. Gwynn spends a lot of time close to enemies, so just getting the extra built-in DR is great. I actually would wish this was elemental damage resistance because of how much damage resistance I'm getting from the set effect itself, but beggars can't be choosers. You'll notice a trend across my build videos that I try to run with very similar resistances on slots 1 and 2. In this case, I just didn't get the roll I wanted. I mean, I'm close, but didn't get it. So that's what I run in slot 1. Slot 2 is my ideal perks, or my ideal rolls. Now I run Healing Veil just because I have 2 warps, so just that instant health on warp is really nice. If you don't have talent level 2 on her, you can run Binging Planetesimal, even though I do believe it's still healing significantly less than it's supposed to. But I know a lot of people have it, and they don't really want to move away from it. It does boost her healing a little bit, but not as much as it should. And after they removed her ability to wear Ring of Conversion, people were pretty upset. Your other option in this slot is Ring of Safeguarding. Gain that overshield. That'll just give you some extra tankiness in case your shield breaks. Kind of like an oh crap moment, and it'll help you out a lot with that. But binging is totally fine. You can even run Healing Veil without having talent level 2. I just don't think it'll feel as good because it is on a 12-second cooldown for her warp. So that's what I run, but the other options are great as well. Now, this is where I think mine differs slightly from other people's. I run Inverted Fury in slot 3 because I do like to lean into her weapon damage quite a bit. And her abilities still deal a ton. I still spec into ability strength and super to boost her super and abilities, but I also try to spec into weapon enhancement. Now, I'm currently wearing an exotic mod that doesn't have weapon enhancement on it. I have it on for power. I needed it for to try to push higher in Expanse or push faster. But normally I would be running Bellicose Planetesimal. Reason I run Bellicose is again weapon damage. I still spec into her abilities with my substats to boost them. But when you run Bellicose with Inverted Fury, that extra weapon damage bonus stacking with the bonuses you're getting from weapon enhancement, her shotgun deals a ton of damage. And I'll show you in the shooting range or practice range what I mean by that. I do think the best substat rolls for her slots 3 and 4 are ability, weapon, and super. That's not mandatory, but I think that's the ideal situation. You can spec into signature boost if you don't want to spec into super, but her super does so much damage with or without talent levels. And ability strength buffs her super, super buffs her super, and weapon's going to buff that shotgun, which does deal a ton of damage. So that's kind of my quick and easy rundown on her relics. The other option you could run in slot 4, I really think there's only two. You could run Rampaging Planetesimal, and a lot of people do, because at set effect 5, it can give you a 40% signature ability damage bonus. But like I said, I like leaning into her weapon damage. I was running this strictly for power, and it's got decent rolls. So I'm going to keep this one on just so I can show you for the DPS testing, and I'll take it off and show you what the shotgun does without it. And so we'll head into the practice range, which we're already here. I'm going to load up my ammo. That's the wrong box. I'm going to load up my ammo. And I'm going to show you, so this gives us, so we're going to do this as if it were a normal rotation. You want to try to spec or proc penetrating shot. Oh, and then you're going to just lean into them. That's a poor example because I missed the first shot, so we're going to reset. The only downside to this is when they flinch. So we're going to, boom, it's going to flinch. So we did over 1 million total damage. That was while we had our signature ability buff from Bellicose, or our weapon damage buff from both Bellicose and Inverted Fury. Now we can run Rampaging. And I'll just show you the difference in shotgun damage dealt. Get our abilities back up. We're going to spin. He's going to flinch. We're going to shoot. So just with that artifact change, I'm doing over 200,000 less damage with my shotgun. And I do my rotations with her, that number changes even more. So I'll show you my damage rotation that I run with her. It might not be the best, but for me it works really well. I consistently deal a lot of damage in any encounter I need to, and for me that's good enough. Like I said, I try not to hyper min-max everything unless I have to. So what I'd do is I would start with a Q. This is just a shotgun damage rotation. Spin. And I'd spin again. I missed a shotgun shot in there. And then if I had concerto stacks, it would be even more damage. It's a little too hard to manage concerto stacks and all that in here. But what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you her super DPS rotation. A lot of people think this is only if you have T1 Gwyn, because her T1, if you don't know, and I know you can read it, but I'm going to just let you know. If you hit a target with your Void Spirits, it increases the damage dealt to the target by 10% for 6 seconds, stacks 6 times. So when you pop your super, you instantly get 6 Void Spirits. So everyone with T1 Gwyn pops super, hits Q, and starts slashing. even if you didn't have T1, you still want to do that because you have the 6 Void Spirits. You might as well use them. So we're going to pop Q, and we're going to go into it. And then we'd go shotgun. 6. And so that is my damage rotation on Gwyn for a DPS phase. If I had concerto stacks after that second shoddy and spin, I would swap to concertos and then right back to the shoddy, and I would rinse and repeat 6 shots spin, 6 shots spin. So that is my rotations for Gwyn. That's how I built her. If you have any questions or you felt like I missed anything, let me know. I tried to be a little bit quicker in this video than I was in Estella. I think I was a little long-winded, but I just want to make sure I break everything down correctly and what my thought processes are when I'm going through substat choices and artifact choices. And then even with the shotgun, going through weapon choices and why I'm influenced to pick the weapon I have. Really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you missed the last one and you have Estella and want to see her, please check it out. I will have the Estella guide linked in the description below. I'll have timestamps to each section of the video if you ever want to come back to it because you missed something I said or you wanted to recap it. But otherwise, if you liked it, please don't hesitate to drop a like, drop a sub if you enjoyed it and want to stick around for more content. And please join the Discord community. We're trying to get up a nice little community going. So don't hesitate to give me feedback. I always appreciate it greatly. And I hope you guys have a great day, great night, depending on where you are in the world. And thanks again.